Sports fans, back in the saddle again. Corey Smith is here. I'm Jeff Cook. After a little R&R, some snorkeling and whatnot, I'm back here for week number 923. Corey minded the store a week ago. Did you have Carl on?
Yeah, Carl was the second half of the show there,
Okay.
but I was just looking at right at that camera the whole time, so I was just, I didn't.
A monologue.
Yeah, a monologue,
Well, you have your
for his age,
agenda. If
yeah.
you get stuck, you always have your notes. And,
Yeah.
Well, thank you as always.
No
I'm
problem.
just happy to have an opportunity to be back here again. And I always think of Wally Pipp and Lou Gehrig's story, but hopefully not today.
Are you tan rested or just rested?
Tan, rested, and ready. I think that's the full quote. So that's what I'm going with.
I like that. Yes.
I mean, believe me, you know this well. You don't want to get sunburned.
No. You want a nice little tan.
Yeah, use a little 50 on especially your nose. Believe me, I know from experience. So, and everybody else in our group saw sea turtles and stingrays. I saw a slew of fish though. It was as big as this room, a school, and I wrote about it. So, the piscatorial cloud undulated in unison. That was my quote.
Wow.
So in other words, I swam through them and they all went like this, like geese, only better. Anyway, enough about me. How was your week?
Pretty good. I like how you're bringing this up. I have a shirt that has a marlin on the back, and it has fish right there. So
Fish.
look at that. It's just
Subconscious, I was reading it without even realizing it. So, and trivia went about. Nice job apparently. I saw the results. Robert sent me the results because he was fourth, I think.
fourth. I came in second there because of that wager question about dinosaurs and states. So
You got it right.
I did. I just went with Arizona and just went with my head and
So that was not multiple choice?
A, B, C, D, and I just kind of went
That
with
is
that.
multiple
Yeah.
choice, okay, all right. Well, before I forget, I gotta get back in the flow. I wanna mention our current banner sponsors. Do you wanna tell the folks who are tuning in what you get for being a banner sponsor?
Well, you get your name addressed throughout the shows.
Right.
Whether it's sports chat, trivia. You get that at the end of the show there, and you have a chance to be part of the show with the tiers and all that there.
Creative input.
Yes.
We haven't anybody who's our banner sponsor say, hey, get rid of that guy Cook, so anyway, but we welcome
Anybody,
creative
yeah.
input, for sure. And without further ado, our banner sponsors are Adams County Community Foundation, the Adams County chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, Adams County Trout Unlimited, Classic Antique Innovations, Destination Gettysburg, Exchange Club of Hanover, and Gettysburg Railway. Thank you, one and all.
Absolutely.
Thanks for turning on my mic, too, by the way.
Actually, I think that was you.
I did?
Yes,
I turned
yeah.
it on? Oh, wow. Fortunately, or else Sean is here, he would have.
I'll get that little facing you there.
Oh, okay, I was projecting. I think it picks up my voice pretty well.
I'll let you start out. What's your shining star?
Okay. I put a little thought. It's nice to have a 15-minute drive over here from Gettysburg, time to think about important things, like who is the shining star? Well, I'll tell you what, every time they put on the World Baseball Classic, it seems to get a little bigger.
Yes.
A little bolder, a little brassier. The Mexico-U.S. showdown. It was amazing. All the fans from Mexico, or at least who were rooting for Mexico.
It seemed very dominant, Mexico than
Yeah, I
USA,
mean,
yeah.
I hate to say this, but was ICE there? I mean, they're probably watching it, watching who's at the game. That's sad that we're in that state, but so yeah, it was a even crowd, and the U.S. got out to a big. I watched it until I guess it was 5-2 when I turned it off. I thought, well, if they blow it now, I don't want to watch it. That
Yeah.
mentality. So what, 5-3
5-3
final?
was the final.
Duran hit 2 homers. He's the Red Sox, correct? And so you had both right fielders had Gunn, Aaron Judge, and then Durant threw a guy out at the plate. I mean, these are the best players in the world. And you have these super squads. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's almost like an all-star team within itself there. I
Yeah.
mean, the USA is just, you know,
I'm given, so my shining stars are from that squad. Skeens,
absolutely.
dominant innings.
7
Judge,
Ks.
he had a great throw. He had a 2-run homer. Schwarber, he's really having a solid series. They play Italy tonight. If they win, they win the top seed in their bracket. And Bryce Harper got the shellacking started when he hit a BB up the middle and hit the starting or the pitcher
In the
on
ankle.
foot. Or yeah, I mean that had to hurt. I don't know what the exit velocity was, but so anyway, USA. It's one thing that's kind of drawing people together, not just the U.S. but different countries as well. The Dominican Republic. Look at their roster. They've got how many MVPs, MLB MVPs
Oh, yeah.
on their roster? It's unbelievable. I mean, they got Machado, Soto. I don't know. I'm sure there are
Vladdy, yeah.
other guys. Vladdy Guerrero. So they're stacked. I mean, not to mention Japan. So it's pretty cool.
And Japan went 4-0 in their group play. They just finished up theirs. There's
Korea advanced going 2-2. Was on a tiebreaker.
Three-way tiebreaker. They had the funny thing is about
Run differential.
it's some crazy formula or such. It's not just run
Seen it.
differential.
Well,
But going into that game with Korea and Australia, Australia couldn't lose by 5 runs. Korea had to win by 5. But the thing is, it had to either been 6-1 or 7-2. If it was 8-2, then Chinese Taipei would get in over those two because all these, crazy,
Wacko.
runs and all that there. So
Yeah.
they were down. They're up by 4 in the bottom of the 8th. And then they scored in the top of the 9th there. So it was just a very crazy, equation there. So another player I would put in the shining star is Bobby Witt. He had 2.
Unbelievable plays in the field.
Well, it kind of helps when Kurt, for the Blue Jays was running down first base.
Yeah.
So,
He's not known for his speed, but that
Alejandro,
guy,
yes.
he's one tough hombre, that guy.
but
He can hit for average, and he's got some pop.
kind of seeing how those plays were, I mean, just tremendous.
Oh, yeah.
And
They weren't challenged either. They were clearly out. There was like a snap tag in both cases. The throw is exactly the only place where it could be and get the guy out. So you can't blame the teams that were running to try to push the envelope a little bit. So.
yeah.
We have a caller.
I'll finish the hot seat shining
go
star
ahead.
there. But my shining star, I'm going to go with OKC. Last night, SGA, Shane Gilgeous-Alexander, had the game-winning shot against Denver, 26-foot three-pointer. It was a tie game. Right after the Joker had a 4-point play to tie the game. Now Shea has the
He tied a record of Will Chamberlain.
Yes, Will Chamberlain for consecutive 20-point games at 126.
Wow.
Their next game, they're going up against Boston. So, see what happens.
Well,
but-
he could just score it well. He'd get 50 rebounds in a game. People don't miss that much now like they did in the old days.
It's crazy that that 3 put him at 22 points. So, he could have easily had 19 points or such there. So, this streak
Ghost of Will.
dates back from October 30th of 2024. So it just kind of shows you that longevity. I know he was out for a couple games this year, but still just,
Jason Tatum's back. That makes the Celtics that much scarier.
especially in the East there, yeah.
Yeah. Hot seat. I got Howie Roseman. It's
Okay.
not in a bad way, but Eagles lost 4 pretty significant free agents. They lost N'Kobe Dean and Reed Blankenship. as well as Phillips, the defensive lineman.
Carolina.
And Jahan Dotson, maybe not so much. But, so now, there's a certain, I mean, Savvy Howie always seems to come through. But now the ball's in his court. Who's he going to be able to sign? What are their needs? How can they address them in the draft? So it's not a negative hot seat. It's just like, well, there is some pressure on him to respond because they had all these losses from their starting lineup.
I
Who
like
you
that. I'm going to go with Maryland Terps. This is the third time in their long story history that they have 20 losses in the regular season.
Right.
Of those 20 losses, 5 of which were 30-point or more
What's
losses.
going on at University of Maryland?
So this was the first season with Buzz Williams as their head coach, and last year how they went on that impressive run in the March Madness.
And he got the coach fired?
Well, he went to Villanova, so
Okay.
he didn't get
Got
fired
him a new
because
job.
so all those players transferred, all the recruits and all that there, so they're starting from fresh there. But it has really shown where they're at. They're playing tonight against Oregon. Highly likely they're going to lose tonight or tomorrow. They have 21 losses, so just a program where they were last year and where they're at right now. They're really in a rebuild, territory. So that's where I'm going to go with is Maryland. So
I guess Mount men and women, their seasons are over. Gettysburg College, men and women both made the NCAA. Both lost in the first round. Women to Christopher Newport, men to NYU. But great seasons.
oh, absolutely.
Because both dealt with so much adversity. The men, they lose their coach with literally a couple weeks to go before the season starts, no chance to recruit, anything like that. Matt Hunter did a fabulous job. And then down the stretch, they lose their starting guard, freshman sensation Gillis, and 2 senior starters. So it was next man up mentality, took them all the way to the NCAA. The women, they lose 2 of their top players right before the season began. And Coach Nate Davis, brilliant job. So all the way around. And exciting news for local wrestling fans. Chris Haynes is the new head coach of the Gettysburg College women's wrestling program.
All right.
And it was announced today that a name familiar to wrestling aficionados, Montana DeLauder, is now graduated from college. She's out in the real world. She's going to be an assistant to Coach Haynes. Has all sorts of state championships and national recognition. So it's an exciting time. They're going to start right away. Next year, I think they're going to have a schedule of women's wrestling.
All right.
They don't have a coach yet for flag football in 28 or whenever that's going to start.
How's the local the basketball with the boys and girls? I saw New Oxford lost to Thomas Jefferson, last
Yeah,
week.
I mean,
there,
they had
so.
a great season, and we were happy we could cover them. I think that was, I have to say, and DeLone beat them when they played them, didn't they?
At DeLone.
Yeah,
DeLone's
but
place,
I'd have
yes.
to say
Yep.
that DeLone was the boy, that was the best boys team we saw this year, or maybe West York.
Yeah, I would say I was
York.
going back and forth between West York
Yeah,
or
that's
DeLone
true.
there.
Now that I think about it, West York, definitely.
The way that they were playing against New Oxford, I would say, head to toe, I think probably West York there.
How did they do in the playoffs? Did they make the state tournament? Do we
That I
know?
have to
We don't know.
dig a little bit there. So
They're out of our immediate purview. So anybody else on the hot seat? We covered that?
I guess you can say
Caller?
the UConn head coach there was going to after it with the referee after the game there. I think he got fined $15,000, maybe $50,000, but
Make up your mind.
yeah.
50, or either way, it's
Yeah, he
more
got
money than
fined.
you and I would
I
wanna
believe
bet.
it was $50K there. So let me just see here.
Okay, wow. He's got some temper issues. Was that when they lost to Marquette?
That was when they lost. It was $25,000 fine. With Marquette when they lost 68-62. So that was when Dan Hurley, following his ejection, with the final seconds left. I think it was 1 second left in the game when he got ejected there. So
Oh, boy. Well, the school doesn't like that. He cares about it so much. But sometimes you gotta,
And it's more likely that, UConn will be a 2 seed, but, with,
yeah, that's okay. So Michigan and Duke, and what, Arizona are number 1 seeds?
that my 1 seed I would probably say is probably Duke, Arizona, Michigan, Florida. It's probably what I
Florida,
would say,
they're
yeah.
rising despite their number of losses. Nobody wants to play them right now.
And their losses was more the front end of the season there. I mean, they've been on this
They've been.
dominant role there, so.
And I saw Halka, I was watching him the other day, but he's gonna be a first-round draft pick in the NBA.
I would assume, yeah.
Skill set, I mean, what he can do is shoot the three. I saw him with a putback slam. I mean, he's got some elevation. His defense, he's scrappy. So, yeah, he's a winner.
We'll see, in the summertime for that there.
Yeah.
But we do have a caller.
We do?
Oh, okay.
We had a caller. Was it Robert? Carl. Oh,
He'll be
Carl,
back.
I'm so sorry.
But just seeing the landscape with how Thomas Houck has been playing, how he was last year and now how he is, this year he's playing more minutes. He's averaging about 16.9 points per game, so he's definitely dominating the stat sheet there. So
And then they have Condon too. It's kind of a 1-2 punch, and I mean they have. Maybe this is Carl. Hey, Carl. All right. Well, next Tuesday is St. Patty's. I will be with the Antlers. We're going to be at O'Rourke's 5 to 9. So get your Irish on. Come on out. No cover, no minimum. Corey's going to be holding down the fort here. Sports chat with Brady. Might
yep,
be
Brady and I will
making a
probably be
cameo.
talking about the March Madness, the
Okay.
WBC finals, and all that
Stuff.
there. So
I might call in or call
or call
whatever.
out, call in, or
Call me. I'll put you on speakerphone. You can hear, put the Antlers on. Anyway, and I'll be back then in 2 weeks for the foreseeable future after that. So, again, our banner sponsors, Adams County Community Foundation, Adams County Sports Hall of Fame, Adams County Trout Unlimited, Classic Antique Innovations Destination Gettysburg, Exchange Club of Hanover, and Gettysburg Railway. Do we have a caller or no?
I think we do.
Welcome to Sports Chat. Hello.
6 in a row.
Carl, you are the man.
Actually, I think it's 5 in a row.
But who's,
Okay, I'm sorry, 5 and you can count.
I remember putting that on the my
okay,
laptop
so is
last
this
week.
5th consecutive call-in for Carl?
I hadn't called in for a long, long time, but I'm on a hot streak right now.
You
gentlemen.
are a streaker. Well, I mean, with your,
Hey, come on now, that was 70.
with your clothes on, you're a streaker, but yeah, you're nailing it down. Okay, so,
Hey, Corey,
go ahead.
I personally think, other than Duke, I think Florida's the hottest team right now.
We were just talking about that. And local boy Tommy Houck looking outstanding.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Duke or the Field. I think you can make an argument for Arizona. You can say with Michigan, and I like how Florida is coming in the fold. They had their losses and woes at the beginning of the season there, but I like the way that the direction they're headed. If they win the SEC tournament, they're by far 1 seed. I think right now on paper they're a 1 seed. Going into the SEC tournament.
Defending national champions, that helps your resume.
They have everything. They got that big dude that can play with Boozer. They got it. They're loaded. They get everything, every position. They got the bench. Florida just might repeat again.
It's not a far fetch there. Going into probably in January, I was thinking probably Duke, Arizona, Houston, UConn, Michigan probably as well there. So they were on my fringe. I want to see a little bit more out of them, in January and February, and I definitely seen that. So they're right up there. We could have another year where it's all 1 seeds in the Final Four. that will be the third time in history that has happened.
Hey, Corey, I thought that Miami, or Louisville had a great win on the road against number 22 Miami. Hostile environment. Miami is tough. They had a great win there. They didn't have Mikael Brown Jr., and they still beat Miami.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember, seeing how that game was unfolding there. In the ACC, you already had an upset already with Pitt winning against Stanford. Stanford was a bubble team that needed at least probably 2 wins in the ACC tournament, and now they're, one and done. So,
That today?
yeah, they were tipping off around 1 and 1:30, I think it was. So,
So Pitt is done.
no, Pitt beat Stanford.
Oh, Stanford's done. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
They were the worst team in the ACC. They were at the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm. The 15 seed.
Stanford?
Pitt. Pitt was the 15
was,
seed.
ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, they were 5-13 in ACC play.
Now, Louisville plays tomorrow at 2:30. They had a bye. I'm not sure who they play. Do you have any idea?
They would play. Let me get the ACC bracket up here. Let me see. They will be playing. If that would load. I'm pretty sure it would be the winner of the Wake Forest Virginia Tech game, but I got this right here. Let's see here. So
Notre Dame is in the ACC for basketball, correct?
correct there, yeah.
What seed were they?
Notre Dame was. I don't.
Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Let's see here. Louisville will be playing the winner of the SMU Syracuse game, and then, like you said, 2:30. So.
They had just not too long ago smothered Syracuse. Now, SMU, they split. They won at Louisville in the middle of the season, and then on the road they lost. About a month ago, they lost by 7. But
And looking at the score right now with 2 minutes left in the game, SMU is up by 7 points. So
Syracuse?
over Syracuse there. So that'll be SMU and Louisville tomorrow. So at 2:30.
so that's no gimme. So I'm hoping Louisville can at least make the Sweet 16. They did pop back into the top 25 at number 24. And they finished 22-9. I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, Mikael Brown Jr., he missed 10 games. But this goes to show they can win a big game if they don't have him. He's supposed to be high up in the draft.
Yeah, I see Louisville being almost like we have mentioned, a couple times now, probably 6 or 5 seed, probably more so a 6. Just kind of seeing how things roll out. If they win, a couple games in the ACC tournament, they'll raise their stock up there. So they're not a bubble team.
He would play what, a 10 or 11?
The 6 seed will play the 5-11. So they'll play the 6-10 there.
Right. It should be. It's so fun. Teams are going to get knocked off. I don't consider that an upset. Pitt and Stanford. I thought, Pitt was at the bottom of the barrel, and I thought that Stanford was kind of like, between the middle and bottom.
Who are the players that can carry a team all the way to the title? Who do you see as, obviously Boozer for Duke, but who else might fit in that category? What's the kid's name from Michigan?
I'm not too familiar with basketball.
Yeah, I know who you're.
He's a transfer.
Yeah.
An unusual name, but
How about Tommy Huff? Can he carry
Yeah.
Gators?
Yeah,
we were just talking. He was unbelievable with his follow dunk and then his soft touch from the outside. He's got it all. So he's gonna maybe I could be his agent. No, I'm kidding. But
Hey, when Kentucky was playing Florida the other day, and he looked pretty good, Tommy Huff.
yeah, he.
Mike Towell goes, I love this baby. I love him.
Yeah, well, his brother was a player of the game for one of our games this season.
He
Back in
should be
December there,
good.
yeah.
Down through genes, he does. Didn't his grandfather play with the Colts?
I don't know.
That I'm not too
My
sure.
friend at work said that his grandfather played with Baltimore Colts, you know.
Wow.
There's a history of people being really good athletes.
Athletes.
So obviously he's got the genes.
Yeah, well, that's great. He looks great, so we wish
And
him
that
well.
guard that they got, the Gators, he came from Princeton Lee. I think he worries more about his hair than the basketball. Did you ever
Maybe.
see that, Corey?
I see that from time to time there. So, but
You gotta look good.
No
You
one's
got.
messing around with his hair, but is he fast?
Plus, they have a bench. I mean, they go what 8 deep, something
That's
like
what
that.
my friend said, that Florida's got a bench. But, you know, they're going to be tough, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, there's really at least 8 teams. You know, the top 8 seeds. All of them are arguably going to be able to win, and there could be a few dark horses in there. So.
it just depends if you're hitting your shots there, your shot percentage with the 3 points, and you're making the free throws. But it's really going to come down to matchup base there with those 8 teams there.
Another thing that I love so much, some team that's going to be in the Elite Eight, right, that nobody's even talking about, and it's like, where did these guys come from?
Yeah, it happens.
Always like that every year.
Well, I think last
BYU.
last
that
year
guy?
we with BYU or
Yeah, he's going to be a first round pick in the NBA as well. So, but
I forget how you
I
pronounce
know
his
of
name there.
him,
Yeah.
but I don't know his name.
I think last year we didn't really have too many of the Cinderella teams. I mean, it was very chalky, from
Yeah.
the top 16, in the Sweet 16 there. So, yeah, I think this year we might have a little bit more of the bubble action there. With Miami, Ohio being undefeated, they're not even favored to win the MAC, tournament. So that.
Hey, you guys, what do you think about this NFL? These players are going, it's like a carousel. It's like crazy. It's a circus. I know the Eagles lost some good players, Jeff.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. They lost Reed Blankenship and Jahan Dotson, Phillips. The lineman, and N'Kobe Dean, linebacker. So that's why I had Harry Roseman on the hot seat, because he's under pressure now to go out and sign some people. But you're right. It is a complete turnover in a lot of cases. That's why it's so hard to repeat.
My friend's a big Colt fan, and he was disappointed what they did.
Well, Walker to the Chiefs, that was huge.
Yeah, I mean, when they open up on Monday, they have the legal tampering period that you can talk, at 12 o'clock p.m. So these signings don't really surprise me of when they happen. As soon as the door opens, you're going to get these transactions. But just seeing speaking of with Kenneth Walker goes to the Chiefs, that helps their running back situation, because Pacheco wasn't, it just seemed like he was regressing a little bit there with Kareem Hunt. So just, I know with
That
the
doesn't
injuries.
scare anybody.
No.
That doesn't scare any defense in the NFL. No offense to those two guys, but now Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP.
So
Fresh
where'd
legs
Walker
there.
go?
Kansas City.
Chiefs,
Now, in the
yeah.
mock draft, they had them picking up the stud, the running back for the Irish.
That's where you're going to see a little bit change up there, because you see the Chiefs go out there, spend money, 3 years, $43 million for Kenneth Walker. They're not going to go get a running back now. So I think where Jeremiah Love could fall now is, maybe Tennessee in the 3rd pick, or maybe Arizona. But I don't really see a lot of other, teams, trading up to get Jeremiah Love, because also Travis Etienne from the Jaguars, he signed with the Saints. So there's another, team that filled their need.
I'll tell you what, whoever gets Jeremiah Love, they're going to get a beast.
Definitely a bell cow, a running back that, can, catch, from the backfield, and then, run and, make,
Hide.
get some,
End
yards
zone.
after catch there. So, but,
Yakety yak.
and then looking at,
Hey, Jeff, I was telling Corey last week, I'm glad that Isaac Brown's staying with Louisville. He had Mississippi, he had Texas. He was the #1 running back in the second all team. Okay, all the running backs from the first all-team are going. The two stud running backs from the Nittany Lions, Jeremiah Love, the Oregon running back. So Isaac Brown could be one of the top, if not the top, running back coming into college this season as a junior, and he's got his roommate coming with him too, the other 1,000-yard rusher, Kewan Brown. So, they could be deadly on offense, the Cardinals.
We're talking football now?
Yeah, he was, talking about
Segue,
Brown
that's
there.
okay.
Yeah, I think he's got the potential to be right up there, with the running back field, but you just don't know other running backs out there that could make a name for themselves, more reps and all that there. So he's got the chance there for Louisville with their schedule and such there, and the way that they run their offense.
As you said, they got Abraham Lincoln coming in from the Buckeyes.
Yep, Keyholtz, he'll be, the starting quarterback, first time, starting quarterback instead of being the backup there, so.
I'm anxious to see what they can do. I would think that they should be one of the top three teams in the ACC with those running backs that they have, Corey. They got to be at the top three.
So is Belichick coming back for another season?
Yep, he's coming back for another,
What do they have with the Tar Heels?
Well, he's got a nice girlfriend.
well, we'll see how,
Hey, watch it now, Jeff.
we'll see how.
Sports show, buddy.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm being complimentary. She completes him.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
What's the nickname that you give your wife?
Goldenville gal.
There you go. She's watching now, Jeff. You behave.
Okay. All right, I will.
But I can see UNC, maybe, improving a little bit there, or maybe getting a bowl game this year. But it's just been
Belt Bowl.
or something, or the Invitational Bowl game. Yeah, but yeah.
I was telling my friend, getting back to the Hurricanes, they just won in the portal, and they got this guy, me and my friend never heard of. Do you know who I'm talking about? The quarterback playing for the Canes.
A little bit there, not fully there. But are you, you're not
Where's he
talking.
from?
Are you talking about on the active roster right now? I mean,
The transfer portal, they picked up a quarterback, but I'd never heard him before, his name. The Miami Hurricanes.
all right.
Quarterback that they got in the transfer portal.
Well, you haven't mentioned Rocco yet tonight. So, what do you think of Coach Campbell so far at Penn State?
I love the guy, man. He's a winner. I mean, he had, Brock Purdy. Didn't he play for him?
Yeah, I mean, he was with Matt Campbell there. I got the quarterback here. I think you're talking.
For the Canes?
Yeah, well, that's not the right. Let me see here. They still have last year's roster. Dorian Manza, because he transferred.
Where's he from?
That I'm not. He transferred from Duke. After bringing a star experience and a good fit with
Yeah.
the offensive scheme there.
I saw him in the bowl game. He was good.
So see what happens, but
Was the quarterback for Duke in the bowl game, Jeff?
I think so. Where is he now?
Yeah,
That's who the Canes got.
Yeah, he transferred.
Miami.
Yeah, he was a Duke quarterback and he transferred to Miami there.
So they must have seen something out of him, Corey.
Yeah, I would assume there. Just
Full
with
threat. He looked really good. He looked really good in that bowl game. I forget who they beat, but it wasn't a slouch team. So
Well,
they won the ACC.
It's just carrots everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. Things have changed so much. I'm old school, Jeff. It's just like when they kick off in the NFL, for crying out loud, they kick it, they gotta wait till they catch it. I mean,
It's very odd. It looks odd. You're right. If you're old school, you
it's stupid.
have issues with it. But
I don't like it. Just everything in a part. I like old school college football. You came in as a freshman, and most likely you stayed by the time you're, a senior, unless you're really, really good. You come out your junior year. You know, and
I
you
know.
know the guys,
I know.
get used to playing.
And these guys are,
You know, now it's just like it's a carousel.
yeah, and they're 23, 24 years old. I guess COVID is a part of the explanation, but
You know,
these
it's
guys
like
are
every year,
grown
you know,
men
these
playing.
top teams, they want to win now. They go out and get a quarterback, a one-year signing, and it's like they're gone. It might be now Louisville got this junior quarterback coming in, so you know even if you do sensational, you boom, you're gone.
That's the way college football is going that direction. You're not going to see big time schools like Alabama, Ohio State, et cetera, starting with the rookie quarterback now. I think we are kind of away from that. You see what they do with lower schools, and they
Proven
will,
commodities.
yeah, just like the quarterback at Oklahoma State. You know, he was at North Texas, and now he is with his head coach going to Oklahoma State. I think you're going to see more of that. You know, kind of like, hey, this is a third-year quarterback in college.
Like Will Levis leaving Penn State. He had that kind of a
He
opportunity.
goes to the Wildcats in Kentucky, and he does really good, but he was more of a running.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bo Pribula,
When
same
they played
deal.
Louisville that 1 year, I mean, he ran for like 150 yards. Louisville couldn't stop him. This was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, that's how I see the landscape of college football now. It's just
And the one guy that went to, Missouri, did he go to Missouri?
Bo
Louisville or whatever.
Pribula.
Is he still with them or is he gone?
I think
he transferred. I'm not sure exactly where
he's got a third school coming up. I forget where he's going, but I liked him as a quarterback. We'll see. So yeah, Drew Aller, will he be a first round pick?
I'm thinking, you know, he reminded me of, he was another Anthony Morelli for crying out loud. Remember him?
Sort of. How about
And all these quarterbacks that they recruited years back, you
yeah?
know, they all panned out to just be average. They haven't had a Kerry Collins, you know, Todd Blackledge, you know, for like a long, long time, Jeff.
I know. Yeah.
And now they never probably will with this transfer portal going on.
Bo is headed to Virginia with Franklin there. So Bo.
Virginia Tech.
No, yeah. So he's going, you know, to Virginia, not Virginia Tech, but he's going to Virginia.
Well, that's not Franklin.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Are you talking about the ex-Penn State and Missouri?
yes,
quarterback?
yeah. He's going to Virginia there. Yeah.
Now, is this it for him, or is he going to go somewhere else next year?
I believe this will probably be his last year. He doesn't. I don't think he will have another year of eligibility. It just, you know, how long he's been in, unless he has a medical red shirt that I'm unaware of. But yeah, that's.
Where's
I'd
Sean?
like to see.
Where's Sean
what's his
Clifford
name,
now?
Ruckenauer or whatever, the quarterback that the
UF
Lions have.
I think
You know,
he's in the United
I
Football
thought
League.
He was really, really good. You know, so I think he will be pretty good at Virginia Tech. I just hope he has a bad game against Louisville.
Are you talking about
enough.
Bo or?
No, the quarterback for Virginia Tech, that Ruckenauer, the
Yeah.
quarterback for the Lions this past
Oh,
season.
yeah, Evan. What is that? His name? Evan. something?
Ethan.
Ethan there, yeah.
Grunkenmeyer.
Yeah, but
Ethan
anyway, I
Druckenmiller.
think that he's really good, you know, and he'll probably be really good for Virginia Tech, but I just hope he has a bad game when they play Louisville.
I thought he had great touch on the long ball. That really impressed me. So
I agree, Jeff. I
Yeah.
thought he had the tangibles, Corey.
Yeah, I felt like he had his chances and such there. He just didn't execute
Well, he wouldn't-
when needed to be. But yeah, it's
he wants to be the starter, and he has a chance to do that. So
I mean, they almost knocked off the Hoosiers.
they came all close, but just didn't execute at the very end. But they had that tremendous catch at the end zone there. Yeah. So that's just how that defense worked out towards the end of the game there. But
Hey, what do you think about the draft? Do you think it's a stellar draft, Corey, or do you just think it's kind of mediocre?
I think it's more of your skill players, more of your defensive players, offensive line, quarterbacks. There's not
Edge rushers, I mean, you look at the mock draft, it's heavy on edge rushers, wide receivers, not so much quarterback.
quarterbacks and running. Yeah,
These teams are
Defensive
giving up
back.
You know, when they want to go pick these top players, they're trading off for top defensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, that's the way it's been going there. It's going to be interesting just to see how more of this free agency pickups and trades and all that there before we get to the draft of where we're going in that direction there. But looking at it, I think it's more of the skill positions, because if you look at running backs, there might be 2 guys drafted in the first round, maybe just 1. Quarterbacks, probably just 2, with Ty Simpson.
You know why they're going after these top defensive linemen? Jeff, answer this question, and I know you're going to get it. What wins championships?
Defense, defense, defense. Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, Dallas Goedert is still an Eagle. For now.
Yes.
You know what, guys? It was on the news here, but they think that, and I think people are going to be disappointed because they're tired of the crap. They think that Kelsey is going to come back. I was thinking, please don't come back, because I don't want every game that you're playing, Kelsey, to see if your girlfriend or wife or whatever. I think people are getting tired of it.
Well, I hate to break this to you there, Carl. He's come back for his 14th season. That's been official.
Why don't he fly away, please?
It's a 1 year 1 year $12 million that could exceed up to $14 million with bonuses and all that there.
Incentives.
Yeah. So yeah, he's come back for a
I thought he
14th
was
season.
done, because I mean, every game that they're going to play, they're going to show her.
Yeah, well, we'll see there, but yeah, he's coming back. This will probably be his final season there, so we'll
got a
see
few
how
more
that.
records
What will they
to
end up
set.
probably, I'm thinking, with this Kenneth Walker coming in, but how good is the Chiefs defense, Corey?
Yeah, they lost a couple pieces, especially in their secondary.
10 and 6 or whatever, 10 and whatever, 8 or whatever.
We'll see there. I'm not going to put a number, without looking at a schedule and all that there. But they definitely have to upgrade their defensive secondary and such there. But yeah, they'll fill in their pieces there.
So now with the Eagles, a lot of it, they took a hit. Do you think that they still could be legit in winning the NFC East?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not saying that their path is behind them. They still can win that division. They're still going to be a contender in the NFC. With who's still on that team and such there.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Carl, 5 weeks in a row, you are on a streak. Keep it going next week.
Because I love this show. This is my favorite, gentleman.
Thank you. You're the best. You're the best.
Good to be back here on ACTV.
There he is, Carl, #1 fan.
Yeah.
Or is it a tie, whatever. Carl, thank you so much. Robert, if you're listening, thank you as well. Maybe we'll be able to figure out what name he's playing as in trivia.
Yes, we haven't heard from Robert
Not a
in
clue.
a bit there. Yeah.
We'll see if we can decipher it. Corey, any parting thoughts? Shout-outs?
Kind of went through the ringer right there, but all good.
All right, great job. Good to be back again, and hope to see you in a fortnight, if not before. Thanks to Sean in the control booth, and thanks to all of you at home for tuning in. This is Sports Check. Good night, everybody. Mahalo.
All right.
Hello, friends of the community. Laura here with Community Media. Today, I would like to invite local businesses, nonprofits, and organizations to partner with us in celebrating who we are and what we do as a community through Community Media's sponsorship program. For decades, Community Media has brought a focus to our neighbors, sharing local government, events, schools, history, and